NBA basketball totals for Saturday, February 11th. This is a segment where we look at totals set by odds makers, and we go ahead and try to beat that line either over or under the total. We got 3 games on the card today. We also have our NCAA segment out there as well. You want to check that out. And again, we're doing this live a lot during the week, going Sunday through Thursday. We have a live segment at 4 o'clock Eastern, so you want to tune into that. That's been a lot of fun, a lot of great feedback. So check that one out. Share that video as well. This has been a really fun segment to do all year. We have a slight winning percentage in NBA. NCAA is going quite well, so you want to check that one out. And we have a lot of basketball still left this season. Totals have been tough this year, but we're going to go ahead and continue to do this segment because it's been a lot of fun, and you guys give great feedback. And let's go ahead and let's dive into some totals. First one up here. A little bit of a numbers play here. Miami and Philadelphia, 206.5. Now, the last time they met up, I'm going under on this matchup. Now, the last time they met up was just a week ago, and we had a 125 to 102 final. Odds makers had that at 209, and of course it went over. So for this to be at 206.5 is really odd for me, but I think there's a good reason for it. Because both these teams can actually play some defense, and that was a little bit of an anomaly. You know, when we look at that game, they shot really well in that matchup. I don't anticipate them doing that as much, especially with Miami on the second leg of a back-to-back after playing Brooklyn yesterday. Man, they've been playing tremendous basketball too, by the way. But 2 good defensive teams here. I know Philadelphia, they've stepped things up defensively. Also, it looks like Dion Waiters is going to be out, and Embiid looks like he's also out. But when we look at these teams defensively, you know, Miami, they don't go at a real fast pace. They've been really solid on the defensive end. Right now, they rank in the top 10, top 5 in some of the most important defensive categories, highlighted by ranking 4th and 5th in the league in opponent shooting efficiency and effective field goal percentage. Good defense by Miami. Philadelphia, not bad at all. I mean, right now they rank 11th in the league, allowing opponents to shoot under 50% on their 2-point shots, and they're right in the middle league. Much better than last year in most of their categories. You're talking about 2 teams here that really don't push tempo a lot, with Miami getting up just 85.5 attempts per game. Philadelphia is averaging just 84.3 attempts per game. That ranks 22nd in the league. And again, tough spot for Miami on the second leg of a back-to-back. Again, though, for me, it's all about the number. That 206.5 just kind of gives me a call here to go ahead and back the under. Miami's allowing 101.9 points per game. Philadelphia 106.7, not great, but again, they're facing a Miami team that doesn't push tempo real fast. So I'm going to go ahead, and despite Miami winning tremendously, you know, over the past couple weeks, they are red hot. They still do not shoot the ball particularly well. They rank 27th in the league in efficiency. So I'm going to back under this total. Again, a bit of a numbers play considering their last matchup. Odds makers went ahead and set this line so low. So I'm going to go under that 206.5. Okay, there's play number 1. We got 2 more. Next one, we got Denver, Cleveland, 228.5. Absolute track meet, and I'm going over. No, nothing, you know, special about this one. I just think this one's going to be absolutely bananas. I think they're going to get up and down. Denver can really put up some points, but more importantly, they're terrible defensively. Cleveland's going to put up 120. Right now, Denver's allowing 111.4 points per game. They're ranked 3rd to last in the NBA, and across the board, they rank in the bottom 5 of the league in all defensive categories. Cleveland, you know, if they want, they'll put up 120. And I think they're going to want to after that loss at Oklahoma City. They're probably going to put up a lot of points tonight. Offensively, they're great across the board. And defensively, they're not, though. Cleveland, that's their biggest issue this year, you know, is on the defensive side. They rank in the bottom half of the league in most defensive categories. You know, gosh, they're allowing opponents to shoot almost 46% from the floor. They rank 17th in opponent shooting percentage. And Denver can score. They rank 4th in the league right now, averaging 40.3 field goals made per game. They push a lot of tempo. I think this is going to be up and down. And I don't need to get into this one too much as far as the statistics. I mean, it's a huge total, 228.5. I think they go over 230. So I'm going to back over that total, which, again, another big total. We're seeing that a lot this year in the NBA. All right, and the last one up we got is Boston and Utah. This is kind of like that Miami-Philadelphia where we're going against what odds makers have set up. I don't see really any injury issues right now in this matchup, but odds makers set the total here pretty low, 203.5. Let me double check that. Yeah, 203.5. We're going under that. And again, we start to break this down a little bit. Right now, Boston, everybody, you know, Jay Crowder looks like he might be out. He's a question mark for today. Utah seems to be pretty healthy, except for George Hill, but he looks like he's going to play. So, I'm really surprised at this number because when we look at the last time they met up, January 3rd, 115 to 104 final, in which Boston won at home. So, simple math tells me that's 219. They set the number there at 200, and they went well over it. And they shot particularly well, but still the tempo wasn't that fast. So, we start to break this down more. Boston is kind of an underrated defensive team. Utah's arguably the best defensive team in the league. They play really tough at home. So I think Boston's going to have a little bit trouble scoring tonight. Still, defensively is what I like. Boston right now, although they are allowing opponents 105.8 points per game, that ranks right in the middle of the league. But their other statistics are not bad. They're ranked 12th in opponent effective field goal percentage, and right now they're allowing opponents just over 45% shooting. They're ranked 13th in the league in that category. Utah, pretty efficient, but they go so slow. They're averaging to 78.4 attempts per game. They rank last in the league in tempo, and they're in the top 1, 2, or 3 in all defensive categories, ranking first right now, allowing opponents just 95.7 points per game. So this is going to be a really great matchup here. I think it's going to be a defensive affair. So I'm going to back under that 203.5 set by odds makers, and what's going to be arguably the best game of the day. Of course, we got that OKC Golden State game going on as well. And that's it. So those are our NBA plays for Saturday. Don't forget to check out our NCAA segment. Also, let's recap that. We got Miami, Philadelphia under the 206.5, Denver, Cleveland over the 228.5, and Boston and Utah under the 203.5. Those are our NBA picks, and I wish you luck on your picks today.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.